sir.
What is going on, man?
Nothing. How are you?
Yeah, happy Friday. Yeah, man.
Got rid of the cold, now we just gotta get rid of the wind. Man, that picked up.
Yeah, there's people getting blown all over the place on the way.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of wind, too.
We will welcome everyone to a very windy Friday episode of The Commute.
Yep, where I will be your driver.
And I will be your passenger. Guess we should start off by talking about our event coming up.
Yeah, that'd be a good place to start.
And dropping my notes. Next Wednesday, April 9th, we will be doing a destination episode where we go to Higher Power Yoga and Fitness in Dover, Delaware. We'll be taking a little tour of the place, talking to the owner, and participating in their yoga. Hot yoga.
Hot yoga.
And trust me, it doesn't mean sexy yoga.
No. And it's deceiving by the sign. I mean,
It is. I saw that. I was like, wow, we're
hot yoga.
going to be doing stripper yoga. But no, it is a room that they make 90 to 100 degrees. And we do yoga. Sweat our asses off.
I'm sweating already.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to drink lots of water that day. Lots of water that day.
Uh-huh. It's like people getting married or something.
Oh, look at that.
Their wedding pictures? That's what it is. She's got a camera.
Oh, she's going to get blown. Look at this. That's going to be the windiest wedding picture ever.
Uh-huh.
That is insane. Why would you do that?
Corner of the Hotel DuPont.
Yeah. One of these days we're going to have a camera that faces out.
Look at that guy who wants to get into it.
Hey, you okay if I get in your picture?
Gotta give you a little kiss.
Good luck to kiss the bride, right? The photographer's like, hurry the hell up. Here, let me fix your hair, baby.
Yeah, your hair. That's the problem right now. The wind's blowing at like 30 miles an hour.
Problem is, it looks like she should be marrying someone else.
Yeah.
It's okay to touch her. It's okay.
You don't have to act so uninterested.
Woo! Oh, you know what? On closer look, you should be marrying someone else. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to put you down like that.
Optical illusion.
Hope you're a fan of the show.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
So we'll start out with, let's see, Xbox.
Oh, okay.
They pride themselves on their security.
Oh, do they?
They to the point where last year they even had a competition where they were offering anyone $100,000 if they could hack their system. And they figured it's worth $100,000 if somebody can actually hack.
Hack what? Just their online system, I guess? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So
And
like Xbox Live.
Xbox Live or even their Windows. If they were able to hack, anything with Windows. And this one guy did hack them twice, and they gave him $200,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they paid up.
It wasn't just a one-off. Okay.
No, it went from a certain date to a certain date, and that ended. Well, just the other day, their Xbox Live area was hacked again. This time by a 5-year-old.
What?
A 5-year-old hacked Xbox Live. There's a couple, and they have a little 5-year-old, and they have it password protected so the kid can't get into anything he shouldn't be getting into. And they noticed when they were looking at the history, I guess they don't sit with him when he plays the games, they noticed he was playing stuff that they really don't approve of him playing, and they couldn't figure out how he was getting access to this stuff. So they said to him, show us how you get on Dexter. They didn't want to make it a big deal like he was in trouble or anything. So he went on, and all he was doing was he would enter an incorrect password and hit enter, and it would say, sorry, wrong password. Then he would just enter a bunch of spaces until it prompted him for a screen that said account verification, and he would hit enter, and blink, it would let him in. And he did this every time. How a 5-year-old figured that out, I don't know, it was just dumb luck. Like he tried one day and then he was just like space, enter, and it worked for him, so he did that every time. And it was something as easy as that. So, the parents let Xbox know, and they were appreciative. They said they always like to know when something like that happens. They said what it is was a lot of times their testers will do something like that to save time, so not to put passwords in every time. And after whatever test they were doing, they went live. They forgot to shut that back door entrance down. And this kid figured it out. So they gave him 4 free games, $50, and a free year of Xbox Live. I thought they should have given him a little more than that.
Yeah, should have given him
considering other guys were getting $100,000. Yeah, give him a scholarship somewhere, or even a job offer when he's out of college or something like that.
You know.
But yeah, so that was their deal. Oh, and they said, and it's a shame because we're just getting ready to start off another campaign where we offer $10,000 to anyone, and you just missed it. We're just getting ready to start that. So then give them $10,000. What is that to them?
Right.
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket.
Multi-trillion, billion-dollar company.
Right?
They can't afford. That's assholery.
Exactly. Trust me.
What are you doing?
Look at this guy. Holy shit.
What are you doing? What in the world?
And then he was going to run the light to get ahead of everyone that had the light.
Now, what if somebody's going to turn there?
I hope they don't. I hope they whack. Look at this guy. I'm going.
Just complete moron.
Man. Wow. Because he knew he'd be turning before the light was up. He had to go around. I see. And a cop just came by again. Where was the cop?
Yeah.
When we needed him. No, and of course there's no cameras here. I turned somewhere. There's a fucking camera.
Yeah, and you got a $200 fine. That is the way of the world. And
I even have a story. It's too long to put in my notes.
Man, a backstory.
Yeah, it was not so much a backstory as much as there were a lot of quotes I wanted to read from it.
Oh, back pocket story.
And a back pocket story. And so I said, well, let me just print it out and I'll read off the quotes. Because there's a lot of turmoil in the world, a lot of people can't get along. And there was an article about there's a battle going on in Illinois between two, I don't know if you call them groups, sects, whatever, of the Ku Klux Klan. And I thought, man, if the KKK can't get along, who can?
Not even racists.
They can't even agree to hate. And what had happened was there's a guy, I'm not even going to say the guy's name because he doesn't deserve to have his name put out there, but he's the head of the Loyal White Knights. And he doesn't think that the leader of the traditionalist American Knights is legitimate. Because they said that he is not white because he's a Jew. And if you don't have a white leader, your group is no longer legitimate. You aren't a true group of the Klan. Well, they reply and the guy says, no, I'm white. He said, what did he say to them? This is where the quotes get good. Reading their quotes. So, let's see. He said, this guy's group, the Traditionalist American Knights, ain't even been around 3 years. And that was the guy accusing the guy of not being white. And of course, there's a good picture here where they have their mask up, but they're covering it with the flag. We're not going to show our faces because we're cowards.
I wouldn't show that picture too high.
So the Traditionalist American Knights, he comes back and he says, if I was a Jew, I'd admit it. We don't want their white trash Hoosier types. Apparently, their messing around with alcohol has destroyed their last few remaining brain cells. They even went as far as to get this guy's family tree to prove it. And they're posting this guy's family tree everywhere.
Like from Ancestry.com?
Yeah, they got on there and type in this guy's name. He said, the one group said about the guy who they're accusing to be Jewish, so-and-so is also Jewish and his wife is Jewish. Now, keep in mind, this is all one sentence. Frank, or blah, 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 is also Jewish and his wife is Jewish, and he's being exposed all through the Klan world as a fake, and he ain't even white, and you can actually look his family tree up, which we've got his family tree, which we can give y'all too, and you can post it. It says he's a non-white name. It's a traditional Jewish name, Italian, and his wife. The Klan is supposed to be a Christian organization, and his wife actually practices the Wiccan religion, which is basically devil worshipping to me, where you're worshiping any god besides God himself. I just thought I'd let y'all know that. It's just like this.
Wow.
It's
Just
like
one giant
hillbilly hate.
on sentence.
You know, yeah, like, I don't know. And I just thought that was a riot. Here you have these hate groups. Like, kind of like, I mean, I know there's different motorcycle gangs, but as a whole, if you're, you know, motorcyclists, you know, they have respect for each other, and
Yeah, to a certain degree.
they're kind of, they're kind of one clan. But here it's these guys just hating. They're going to be killing each other next, which was fine by me.
Yeah.
You know, but
the more the better.
it's just great that their hate finally grew so much to where they hate each other. You know, you're getting to hate more people than us.
Yeah.
We want to get rid of your group so we can hate the people you hate.
Fucking morons.
Idiots.
Yeah.
So this day in history, April 4th, 1968.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee by James Earl Ray. Boy, that was a good follow-up.
And, you know, in the spirit of getting along
in the spirit
and
of
stuff.
the KKK. There we go.
To remember somebody who actually knew how to get along with other people.
Yeah, right? Ray was arrested in a London airport.
Yeah, so apparently he got like a fake Canadian passport, left through Canada, and then flew to London. He was trying to get to like Belarus or whatever at the time. Now it's Zimbabwe, but
Right.
at the time it was like this minority white-owned like dictatorship thing. And so he was trying to get there to, you know, I guess
There's
seek
no
asylum
extradition or something.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know he like went that. I thought they caught him like
Shortly after.
in that area, and he claimed for years that like he didn't do it. You know, he was a patsy, and you know his fingerprints were, you know, doctored or whatever, and all this stuff. And
Did he eventually admit to it?
He copped to it so that he wouldn't get the electric chair.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 days later or so, he tried to recant his thing, so he didn't, you know, saying that he didn't do it. It was part of this big conspiracy, you know. And
Yeah, I don't think you'd want to be that guy in jail. You know?
He died of natural causes
Yeah, it
in
says
98.
he made it to 98, sentenced to 99 years.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So,
April 4th, 2013, Roger Ebert died.
yeah, so a year ago today.
I can't say I was too sad when he went,
No, not particularly, but...
because they fucking ruined every movie. They would always try to give you the end of a movie.
Oh, yeah?
And I'll never forget, the first time for me was War of the Roses.
Oh, yeah?
I wanted to watch that movie so bad, and
Great
it really
movie.
wasn't even out yet. You know, they were reviewing it, it was coming out. And they're talking about the movie, blah, blah, whatever they were saying. And he says, and then when they both die at the end, I'm like, fuck you, really?
Oh, man.
Really? You just gave away. This is your job. You have to know you can't give away the end of a movie that isn't even out yet.
Man. Siskel and you were giving away spoilers.
Oh my God. Yeah, they didn't spoil it or nothing. They just gave it away. And I was so pissed. I didn't watch them for a while. And it's okay, let me try again. And they were always giving the ends away to movies.
Yeah, I don't really remember that enough.
So I couldn't. So I was always like, I hold this anger to them still. 'Cause that was such a great movie. And if you didn't see that coming, it would have been even that much better.
Right.
And nope, I knew they were going to get it in the end. You know, even when they were sitting there hanging on the chandelier, I'm like, yeah, here it goes.
Yeah.
They're going to die. Thank you, Siskel and Ebert.
And spoilers for,
yeah, if you want a 30-year-old movie.
30-year-old movie.
There's a certain time that goes by where you're allowed to give the end away to a movie.
They didn't wait long enough.
They didn't wait 30 years.
Yeah.
They didn't even wait for opening day. And I can't imagine two things. One, that they weren't reprimanded by the movie company. Like, you just gave our fucking end of a movie away.
Yeah, it's...
And that even then, they themselves didn't edit it out. Like, oh, I just said the end of the movie.
Right.
Edit that part out. No, they thought that was great. Cocksuckers.
Man. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to forgive him for something like that either.
No, they never got my forgiveness.
You're totally in the right on that.
Especially him. He just always bothered me more. I don't know why. I have no reason for that.
He gets the brunt of the anger, whatever it was.
Maybe because he lived longer, so it was...
he was the face of...
now he got the hate enough for two people.
Yeah.
1933, April 4th. Airship Akron and a rescue ship. Was it J3?
Yeah, it's just like the J3 or whatever. They were both like blimps, like dirigibles.
Okay. Oh, cool.
And they, it was one of like the first like air disasters that the U.S. had seen. And,
killed 73?
Yeah, 73 people. They launched the thing. It was like a thunderstorm or something was coming, and they were given bad directions on which way to turn, and they turned into it. And during they were trying to ride it out, and as it dropped about like 1,000 feet inside the storm. So to correct for it, they dropped like all their water ballast, but they overcorrected and it rose too fast, and it just almost tore the ship apart, and it just right into the ocean.
Wow.
And then the ship they sent as a rescue ship out, it crashed too. And they lost, 2 out of the 10 guys from that ship too.
Wow.
But that's another thing that always interests me is like just airships and blimps and that kind of thing. Like how and where that went wrong and why it went wrong. I mean, I watched a whole thing on the, I think it was the History Channel on the Hindenburg and that whole disaster.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing to watch.
And that so many people lived.
Yeah.
I mean, there were not many people that died from the Hindenburg. I mean, it's known as this huge thing. And watching the footage, it's like, who the hell survived off of that?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just a fireball.
Running out. Yeah, huge-ass fireball.
But, yeah, I mean, some of the theories were like that somebody bombed it, put a bomb in between where the bag segments, it was hydrogen. And in between the segments, they had these like chasms in case one of the bags leaked, it would leak into that interstitial space and leak out, because hydrogen by itself is not flammable at all. Like you can't ignite it. It has to be mixed with another gas. So they thought that the bomb in that space exploding would, that would combine, the hydrogen with the air in that space, and that would be flammable enough to burn through the whole thing. And some of the other ones were like, a lightning strike, and I forget the other ones, like static electricity between the two. And
yeah, I would love to go up in a blimp.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
That'd be fun, man. It just seems like a giant toy.
Yeah.
Those little ones that kids can fly around the house. They look like fish or whatever. It'd just be a giant one of those, and you go up.
Well, too, and you picture you picture those big blimps like that as, that is filled with the gas, like the air that's lifting the whole thing, but it's just not at all. I mean, there was spaces and catwalks where you just walk around like inside where the bags were.
So it's more or less just the outer. Yeah,
it was just like the shell, and then the inside, it wasn't really pressing against anything besides the structure, and that's what lifted it. But the fact that you can walk around in there, and there are, people doing work and cables and all kinds of
like an Up
crap going on in there.
It was like that in Up. Yeah. His whole evil lair was in the blimp. Spoiler alert.
Anybody who hasn't seen a 10-year-old movie.
In China, a couple was shopping, and this was a couple months ago. It was right around Christmas time, and this couple was arguing, and the guy thought that the girl was spending way too much money, especially on herself, being close to the holidays and everything. And apparently it's a giant mall. They were on the 7th story of the mall. And they're arguing, she just bought 2 pairs of shoes for herself, and that's really what they were arguing about was, we're spending all this money, and then you go and buy 2 pairs of shoes for yourself, and we don't have it, and so on, and they're just bickering in the mall. I can only imagine he was just you're shopping, with the girl, it's just, you can tolerate it for so long that it just becomes, you're just standing there.
Like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you're just like,
I go to the mall, I gotta go right to the store, get the thing that I went in to get, and then leave.
And because women don't do that.
I hate being in there.
But you're trying to be nice and, hey, no,
Yeah.
I'll go shopping with you, you know. So he's probably stressed to the max. The money's getting tight.
Holidays.
They're arguing. He has enough and
Although
says...
that's weird, you know, I guess.
What's that?
Well, holiday season in China.
In China, yeah, I thought that was odd too, but they had mentioned it. Maybe it was just because it was...
Yeah, to make the time of year.
Yeah. And he says, all right, enough of it, fuck it. And he jumps off the 7th story balcony.
What?
Right into the middle, right into the atrium. And he, not just did he jump off the 7th story, but to make it even more, I guess, horrific, he crashes through one of those cosmetic counters like in Macy's. They had them in the atrium, it was all made of glass, you know? And he just crashes right through the shit and dies.
Crap.
He said, fuck you and your spending, I'm out. And he just jumps to his death.
Jeez.
And he showed a picture of it in this article. And you can't really see him too much, you know. You see the counter just smashed into pieces and something in the middle. And people like, you know, but you could have landed on top of somebody.
Yeah.
There were people around. He just, by dumb luck, didn't. But he just got that stressed out. He said,
couldn't take it anymore. Go ahead.
He said, I'm out. I thought that was a great story.
Yeah.
Because like you always want to do that, but you just you're like, I want to kill myself if I'm here any longer.
He had to follow through.
This guy fucking did it, man. He meant business.
Look at these fucks.
Look, all
I fucking hate that. There's a line of traffic and just peeling off to go around.
And this lane doesn't
create
go
more
anywhere.
traffic.
No, yeah, this lane cuts over.
Yeah, that's all it does. That lane fucking ends. So the only thing that's gonna do is back all this up.
Even the trucks are done. Like big trucks.
Well, they fucking do it every day.
And they're bigger than you.
Yeah.
Look, this old lady's doing it to us.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Truckers, old ladies.
People with black license plate, people without.
Let's see. Okay, at least they're from Delaware. It looked like everyone from other states were doing it. Homeless man in Maine.
That's a bad place to be homeless.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's easy to become homeless there as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's very expensive to live there.
Yeah.
So I guess, but I guess he still had some kind of income coming to him. He just didn't have enough for a house because they noticed he was spending a lot of time in front of this ATM machine. You know, it wasn't like he went up and got his money. He was there for a long time. So the teller at the bank noticed him through the window, just there for a while, called the cops. The cops come and they notice that he has a bag and he's stuffing all this money into the bag, just all his money. Here, he went to take out $140 with his debit card and it gave him his $140 and then it just kept giving him money. The money just kept coming and coming, so he grabs a bag and he's stuffing it into the bag. And it had just stopped when the cops got there, and he was getting ready to take another withdrawal. He was like, okay, let's try this again.
Oh yeah, if $100 worked.
I'll try another 140. And so they had stopped him. They said, what's going on here? He had in his bag $37,000. This guy wasn't going to be homeless much longer.
No.
And he would have gotten away if he just walked away.
Right.
But the greed got him. He was going for more. And they're not going to find a homeless guy.
No.
He would have gotten away clean. Who's this guy? Oh, the homeless guy. He looks like every other homeless guy, probably.
Now he's
Big
got a shave and everything else. You'd never find him again.
Never. So they stopped him and they saw what was going on. He told them right away what had happened. And they brought the money back in the bank. The bank got all their money back. And the bank said they weren't going to press charges. But the cops said really they would have a hard time pressing charges anyway because...
Yeah, it wasn't stealing it.
Yeah, he said one, it was their code. It ended up being some kind of coding error in the machine that was spitting out all this money. But they said for all they knew, he was putting the money in a bag and was going to bring it into the bank. They said he never walked away with the bag.
Right.
What was shady was he was going for a second time.
Yeah.
he was
dipping.
Trying it again. But they said, he didn't do it a second time. They just said it would have been a hard thing to fight in court. Had he walked 10 feet away from the bank,
then it would have been.
That would have been something different.
Right.
But man, 37. I just I dream of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what $37,000 looked like.
I'd walk away with that. So I didn't know how much it was. I thought it was my money. I thought I was getting it all in ones. You know?
It's just crazy.
Although also, I guess they would have known who he was because he swiped his debit card originally. His debit card,
right.
But good luck finding him if he's homeless.
Yeah.
You know?
But again, then he wouldn't have been, homeless after that.
Yeah.
Although you buy like a one-way ticket to somewhere warm.
Oh, yeah.
Then
you get out of Maine.
Yeah.
He'd be a Mexican restaurant then.
Uh-huh. That is the way to go.
Or something. So, Red Letter Media, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace review.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
The big review they did on that. It's like it's real long. I mean, it's like 7 or 8 different parts, and it's they're all like 10 minutes long. But like during that, he asked that question to like friends of his, and the question's on there.
So the question is, describe the following Star Wars character without saying what they look like, what kind of costume they wore, or what their profession or role in the movie was. Describe this character as if you were talking to someone who had never seen Star Wars.
So you do an easy one, like Han Solo. How would you describe him?
Without saying what he looks like, what kind of costume he wore, what their profession or role in the movie was. So I can't say his profession. So I would say his best friend was a Wookiee.
Right.
I can say that, right?
Yeah. So, but And somebody that's never seen the movie. So, like, what kind of...
He's very rebellious.
Right. And, like, traits does he have,
Yeah, okay. And then...
So he's, like,
I'm
rebellious.
Not trying to get you to guess.
What else is he,
He's a pilot.
Yeah, just how many things you can think of. Well, that's his profession.
Oh, shit. That's tough. I don't... Without his profession or his role, which that's the thing.
Right. Well, I mean, what kind of things does he do in the movie?
He goes and helps to try to save the princess.
Right. Like, what are his motivations?
Money. He loves money.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't so much care about sides. He's just in it for a job.
Right.
He'll help out anyone who will give him a bounty.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that without saying he's
a bounty? Yeah, I mean, that's,
much.
And you're kind of describing it to somebody that would have no idea what that character would be like. So you do it for somebody easy like that. Or, C-3PO, do the same thing.
So C-3PO...
What's he like?
He's very intelligent. I can't say he's a robot, right?
Yeah, you can
describe. Oh, okay.
You can.
He's a very intelligent robot. He's a translator between other robots.
What's like his personality like?
He's very stuck up. Sounds like he's got a electrode up his ass.
Right.
Very high pitched voice. Or I don't know, say high pitched, but can't say his color. Walks very stiffly. He also is trying to save. He's trying to help out the main character.
Right, so you do it for like the easy ones like that,
right?
But then try to do that for somebody from Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Jinn. Do that for his character.
Qui-Gon Jinn. Without saying a role. Without describing him. That's tough. That is tough. What would you say for that? Or do you have a way?
I don't have a way.
Wow.
Of describing him. I mean, what kind of character does he have? I mean, the bottom line comes down to none of the characters in that movie had any kind of character, personality.
Oh, I see.
Nothing.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, how do you...
Do it for Amidala. That one's even worse.
Amidala. She wasn't really whiny. Like couldn't even say she was whiny. I can't say she was queen. Can't say she was anybody's mother, right?
Yep. That doesn't really describe
her. No. She has many costumes.
I'm not describing.
I can't even talk about it. Wow. Yeah, she's avoiding the.
So it's interesting. Like watch that review. It's pretty cool.
Wow,
like
it's pretty neat.
He compares, like how, character driven and well written those, the ones we're familiar with are, compared to what happened with the ones that everybody.
Right. And he can't do Vader from the Phantom Menace because he's from the first ones.
But yeah,
it's
just,
great.
Yeah, it's really cool. He shreds the movies.
Yeah, obviously.
But with just cause,
Gives you non-hope for the next couple coming out.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking, along those lines. Like, but the control being wrested away from the people that did those,
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah, sure. You'll have a different group doing it.
It's got promise because it's not going to be the same people, and there is going to be some kind of review process before it comes out.
And I'm thinking Disney's going to want to put some kind of pride into this. Like, they took over this huge franchise.
Well, and they've got a vested interest. I mean, that's like a big thing in their, at least at Disney World, their park. I mean,
Yeah, and they definitely pumped it up, and I'm sure now they're going to go even super crazy with it.
Yeah, they'll probably make a park of its own.
Yeah, Star Wars park. God, which would be awesome. Oh. Yeah. As long as these next ones don't suck. That's
the key to victory.
Yeah, they got to make it good.
So yeah, I thought that was a cool exercise that he did like during the thing. So he asked a bunch of his friends, like, that same question. They all pretty much have the same responses.
We should test Mike out at that.
Yeah.
He's a pro in those movies. I'll have to see if he can come up with something. I mean, he's read all the books and everything. Mm-hmm. Of course, now he's got a head start.
Right. Well, he hasn't seen it yet, so.
True.
Just call him up and tell him not to watch this one yet. But,
Mazda is recalling their Mazda 6 sedans for the second time in 3 years. 3 years ago, they had to recall 65,000 cars. This time, they're recalling 42,000 sedans. All of them that have the 2.5 liter engines. The reason being is the yellow sack spiders. I never heard of them.
Okay.
But those spiders love the smell of gasoline. Uh-huh. They're attracted to gasoline. So they get into the evaporative canister vent lines, which shoots out any vapors given off in the engine from the gasoline, from the gas tank. Mm-hmm. So, the pressure can maintain. And they get there and they hover around it because it's just the smell of gas keeps getting pumped out of it. And they weave webs around the vent. So it blocks the vent so that air can't get out, and it lowers the pressure in the gas tanks, and the gas tanks crack.
Oh, man.
So not only do you have the gas tanks cracking, but you can also have leaks. They can catch fire.
Yeah.
Now, they said they don't have any reports of any tanks catching fire, but they do crack and leak. So what they did originally was they put a spring in there to fix it. So the spring would, go up and down and I guess clear out any webs that were happening.
Right.
But that didn't fix it. And the tanks were still cracking. So what they're saying the fix is now is to change the software in the car. They didn't explain what the change would be or how changing software is going to, because it still has to work, the vent still has to be there.
Maybe like a pattern release, like, it doesn't release it all at once.
So it's not constant?
Yeah, it's like, it does a few like short bursts or enough so maybe at a certain...
be confused where it's coming from.
Yeah, or maybe at a certain interval, it dissipates too fast for the spider to get a whiff.
And they said it was just those cars. It's only those cars that were made in Flat Rock, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the area. I don't know if, like, it has something to do with the way they were doing it, or there's a lot of spiders in that area and they get up in there and live there.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Ford was also using that area to build cars, and they never had that problem. And it was just these Mazda 6 sedans that had it. So they had to track the spiders, how they got into it and got to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine just try to block that off, but that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is strange.
And the strangest thing to me is that there's spiders that love the smell of gasoline.
Yeah, that's weird too.
I mean, they don't like smoke. You blow smoke
Right.
their way and they go running. But
Like gas, they're all over it.
all over gas. And you would think they think, oh, this is a poison, let me run.
Yeah, something.
What is this different in my atmosphere? But they're like junky spiders. They like to huff.
Yeah. They're all about it. That's strange, man.
Yeah.
I've seen like the, I guess the way they make the casing on wiring now, it's like a soy byproduct. So, squirrels and stuff will go up in there and chew your wires because the outside is edible.
It's
basically.
edible, yeah.
So,
wow. And is this?
I don't know if it was a particular
car,
thing. I don't know anything, any specifics, but I had heard of that happening too.
Turn your ignition and squirrel guts get splattered everywhere.
Well, no, it's just you turn your ignition.
Oh, it won't work. Yeah, they chewed the wire. Yeah. They win.
Yep.
Dirty bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I found a new restaurant we have to try.
Oh, yeah?
We have to go to Sweden, though.
That's fine.
You okay with that?
Yeah, dude, I'll go to Sweden in a heartbeat.
It's a Swedish restaurant this guy's opening, and it's a sandwich shop, and it's called A Fucking Awesome Sandwich. Is the name of the restaurant.
It's written in English that way, or is it written
it's written in English that way.
Okay.
He lived in New York for a while. He is Swedish. He lived in New York for a while. Mm-hmm. And there's a thing where supposedly Swedes get a kick out of our curses. Mm-hmm. And they just like to say them to be silly. Like, to them, it's not a curse word.
Right.
They just think they're silly to say.
And that's kind of what I thought that was going.
And people over there are getting offended by it. It hasn't even opened yet, just the signs out front. Mm-hmm. And they're getting offended by it. And even Swedish people, because they still know what the word means.
Oh.
But he's saying that he doesn't mean it in a sexual content.
Yeah.
He means it as in, like an adjective.
Right.
It's fucking awesome. And he just thought it was silly and something he wanted to do. He said he's not going to change it. But people are already up his ass about it. He even has his daughter in the ad for it. Mm-hmm. And he said that his daughter doesn't say the word, but she knows what it means. Mm-hmm. And he said as long as he wouldn't even yell at her if she used it in that context.
Right.
Like, this is fucking awesome. Because of him, it's not bad. It's right. Just another word. Mm-hmm. And people that are complaining about him said that people that let their kids use that word are probably the same people that like to feed their kids poison at McDonald's. So they're obviously uptight people. I bring my kid to McDonald's. I'm not a bad parent, I don't think. I'm not poisoning her. But I guess their standards are a little higher. I don't know. But they're just being, angry dickheads. This guy also owns another restaurant called Puta Madre, which means, in English, your mom is a prostitute.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what they sell there. That's all they said. But I'm going to look that restaurant up, and when we're in Sweden, we're going to have to go to A Fucking Awesome Sandwich and your mom is a prostitute. Just to eat. Tip well.
Well, it's similar to, like in Japan, using English words on buildings just because they find it aesthetically pleasing.
Right, exactly.
To me, that equates out.
Just like people here get Chinese tattoos.
Right. Yeah, they got no idea what it means.
No, but they like the look of it.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome sandwich.
That's great.
Mars 1.
Oh, yeah. Remember that thing that they had the contest for the next manned mission to Mars or whatever that they were planning?
Right.
Well, they've narrowed it down, and it's it's down to like 1,000 some odd people now.
Wow.
And they plan to narrow it down further to between 24 and 40, and they're going to start sending 4-person groups, 2 men and 2 women, every 2 years starting in 2025.
It says permanent human settlement on Mars by 2025.
Right.
Creating Earth-based pods to replicate the conditions of the colony.
Yeah, so they're building those here to test, so people know what it's going to be like when they go there, the pods that they're going to live in. So they've actually built these things. And
so it started with 200,000 applicants.
Right.
They're down to 1,058.
And they want to get it down to.
So when they do the 24 to 40, will they be sending them to the one on Earth?
I don't know.
Right away?
I don't know if they're going to. I imagine that's going to be part of the testing. Like, probably whoever makes it, they'll probably put 40 people in, and of that 40, they expect only 24 or so to make it out without going crazy.
Are they doing 2 men and 2 women because they want them to repopulate?
I don't know. I can only assume that.
So I know some of the applicants, there's one lady that applied for it, the initial mission to leave in 10 years, or was it 15 years?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Whatever. She just got married. But she said my husband fully supports it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of families like that are.
But if your job is to go up there and repopulate, I'd like to talk to her husband again, see how much he supports it now. I mean,
that's the thing, is to have a permanent human settlement on Mars. So,
because she was even talking about it, she was hoping that it would be. The hope is that there will be a way back. You go there assuming it's going to be a one-way mission.
Yeah.
But you're hoping that they send something else after.
There's too much time. I mean, they're going to keep sending people.
Right.
But
you're not coming back.
Yeah, I can't see you coming back. Unless, one of those vehicles that they send is a return thing. But
I mean, it's bad enough they say you're in another zip code, it's okay to cheat. These bitches are on another planet.
That's another planet.
You don't have any worries.
New Martian
Even
rules.
if you're in another country, there's a chance your significant other finds out and follows you over to Europe and hunts you down to catch you in the act. You're on Mars.
Yeah. And everything will be recorded there too. I mean,
yeah.
You're not getting away with the cameras on a Mars mission.
But you don't have to worry about hearing any shit.
Right.
Blah, 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 poop. Hey, sorry, bad connection.
We need Martian babies.
I want to be Martian. That's great.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So launching every 2 years starting.
Yeah, every 2 years starting in 2025.
Man, that would be cool. Yep. Well, if they're doing 2 men, 2 women, we could take our wives.
Yeah, just one mission on our own.
If you want to.
Oh,
I would definitely want to take my wife.
That's a long way away. I mean, we'd be old by then.
Oh, I thought you meant you don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, no.
This bitch might be gone in.
Anybody could die between now and
11 years, who knows?
No,
Anyone could end up being pushed down the steps and buried under the pool.
I wouldn't want to spend that much time in a spaceship
with your wife?
Another 13 years or whatever it is. I'd be...
Yeah, because we'll be 50.
Yeah, pushing 60 by then.
Oh, 13 years from now?
13, yeah.
We'll be 50.
40,
we'll be pushing 50.
In 50s.
Yeah, but you know what? 50 is the new 40, and Mars is the new 30.
Yeah, Martian time.
Think how light you'll be on your knees. We might have to go just so we can move.
Right. Yeah, just to reclaim our youth.
South Korea is investing $1.5 billion to build 5G wireless by 2020. 800 megabytes a second.
Yeah, it's enough where they're saying just 800 megabytes a second. I mean, you could download a movie.
Yeah, you essentially wouldn't need the internet anymore.
No.
If you're just pulling that out of the air.
Yep.
I can only imagine what that would cost, though. Christ, you'll never get an unlimited shit by then.
Yeah, no, I mean, but who knows? I mean, by then.
Yeah, you never know.
Once that grid's in place, and if they've got a plan to pay for it, it's especially there. I mean, they've got incredible internet compared to what we've got.
Yeah, their internet.
It's ridiculous. Ours is just garbage compared to
the worst in the world, right?
Yeah. Close to it.
Damn near it, yeah. Yeah,
worst out of modernized countries, anyway.
I'm hoping there's and it won't happen, but I just wish there was some kind of rebellion against these cell phone companies to fuck you in your prices. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to whoever gives us the better deal, just out of principle, but people don't.
You mean like Cricket Wireless? See those stupid commercials with that asshole and they're building the birdhouses or whatever. You seen that fucking thing?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
But these wireless commercials get to you.
Yeah, they're at like this guy's at like I don't know, some kind of hobby fucking meeting. In one, he's making raviolis. The other one, they're making birdhouses. And he's like, man, these birdhouses are great, yada, yada, yada. You know about Cricket? And then the other people are like, Cricket Wireless? Yeah, it's the greatest. You could save money. You could build extra birdhouses. It's so funny. Damn.
Boy, I can't wait to see it.
No, yeah, I'm building it up.
I'll have to check it out on YouTube.
Don't. Just don't.
No, I heard they're pretty shit. And that's the thing. Cheap ones are shit.
Yeah, that's...
You know, the only decent one I've heard about is Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I heard they're okay. But T-Mobile's bad. I'm sure you know.
Yes, I do. I would not recommend T-Mobile to the person that I hate. It's awful.
Yeah, I had to tell Mike about it because he brought that up the other day.
Oh, like switching companies or something?
He brought up T-Mobile. I said, let me tell you about this guy.
No.
Can't even get a text to leave his house.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. If you want it to work in Clayton, Delaware, you do not get T-Mobile. That shit doesn't work there.
Well, since I don't have any of those plans, let's call the phone booth.
Call right away. Here, I could even call from my phone and it wouldn't go through.
We'll see who can call fastest.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to call, anytime between 4 and 5 Eastern, call the phone booth in the desert. We'd love to talk, bring up some topics, hang out with you for a bit. 760-733-9969. We've had a couple bites so far.
And we'll keep doing this, even if nobody's watching.
Yeah, exactly.
This goes on until somebody starts watching.
Until someone keeps watching and calls in and does their thing. And we're gonna not hello. Hello doesn't count.
Yeah.
Hello and hanging up on us doesn't count. Or the computer telling us you're there and you're not there doesn't count.
I've given up.
The number you have dialed has been changed to a conference. One other party is in this conference.
Hello? Who's there? Is anybody there? Hello, we were calling the phone booth in the desert. It said there was one other party. Do you mind if we talk with you? Hello? Hi?
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, who's this?
We are the Commuters. We're doing a podcast, and we heard about this number and wanted to call and was wondering if it was okay if we talk with you.
Who?
The Commuters. It's a podcast, The Commute.
Alright.
So, where are you calling from?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Wow, that's pretty cool. What we do is we have a podcast here. You can check it out at twocommute.com, TWO commute.com, and we do it from our car when we're doing the commute. We just bring up different stories, and we're wondering if we could bring one up with you, get your input.
Sure.
Fantastic. Let's pick a good one here.
You realize this is a conference bridge, right?
Yeah. Well, that's why we were calling, because do you know the history about the phone number?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's what we were calling. Just hoping to get some random people and talk to them about different stuff.
Right.
So, are you familiar with 3D printing?
What now?
3D printers?
Yep.
Well, we always thought the cool thing would be to sit there and be able to print your food out at home. Just get your food and print it out. Well, what they've done now is they've made 3D printers that can print out some food for you at your house.
You could do that. That's possible right now to do.
They can make a lot of bread products. They can make crackers, chips, rolls, cookies, ravioli, buns, chocolate. there's a Kickstarter right now. The printer's going to be $1,300, but if you join the Kickstarter, it's $9.99. It's called the Foodini, and you just dump all the ingredients in the 3D printer. You select which recipe you want, and it prints it right out. Of course,
that makes sense.
You still got to bake it. I don't know. I think that's a little pricey. What do you think about the price? Would you pay $1,300 for something like that?
Hell no.
Would you pay $1,000 for something like that?
Hell no.
What do you think would be the value of something like that to have in your house? To just throw ingredients in and print your food out for you. Would you pay $200?
What's your name, by the way?
I'm Joe, and my buddy here is Larry. It's two of us in a car doing a podcast. What's your name?
John.
John. Joe, Larry, and John. Fantastic. The ultimate goal, though, that we're thinking of is you select chicken, you push the chicken button, and a minute later you got a chicken. You know, we want the futuristic Jetson shit, you know?
Right.
Right, so what do you, John,
I don't see how that's going to work.
Nah, I don't think anytime soon we'll have it. We'll be long gone or living on Mars by then.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in Afghanistan, John?
Just chilling.
Just chilling? Do you live there? Are you there for work?
Work.
Oh, what do you do, if you don't mind us asking?
IT, telecom stuff.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Where did you hear about the phone number here, the phone booth in the desert?
Well, it's not really the phone booth in the desert anymore.
Well, right, it's not in the desert. They bought it up, right. We had covered that story. But where did you hear about it at?
It up.
So why were you calling the number?
Because I got a friend who runs it.
Oh, okay. So you guys sit there and you use it to talk to each other?
Yep.
Oh, that's a good idea. You can call a local number, talk, save some bucks that way, right?
Right.
All right. Well, John, we certainly appreciate you talking to us today. This is really cool. We've been calling the number every day on our show, hoping to get somebody. We've been doing it for a couple weeks now. So,
you haven't got anybody, huh?
No, we haven't got anybody. We got 2 days. We heard there was someone on the other end, but they wouldn't say anything. So we certainly appreciate you talking.
A lot of clicking and stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You must be going through the same thing we do. Do you ever get on and there's someone else on besides your friend?
Not really.
No?
Well, no, my friend doesn't call. He's the one who runs this.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Oh, we appreciate him running it. It's given us some entertainment throughout the last couple, at least me. I think it was frustrating Larry. You want to say hi, Larry?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Hey, what's up, man?
How did you find this number?
I heard about it on another show. They were showing the history of it, and they were showing pictures of the original phone booth and giving the history behind it. And I just thought it'd be a cool idea. We heard about it as we were starting this, and I just thought it'd be something cool to do every day.
And what is this, the Commute Podcast?
Yeah, it's the Commute Podcast. You can check us out on YouTube. We broadcast this on YouTube, just so you can pull it up and listen to it while you're working out, or you can just actually sit there and watch it. You can watch us in the car. So if you go on YouTube, now this show will be on tomorrow morning on YouTube. Check out the Commute Podcast, and it'll have the date, 4/4/14, and you'll be able to check out our conversation here and any other shows. Hey, subscribe to the channel. You'll be able to watch us every day. We have a Facebook page, The Commute. You can email us at thecommutepodcast@comcast.net. You can check out our website is tocommute.com. That's TWO commute.com. But definitely check out this episode on YouTube. Again, it's the Commute Podcast. And you'll see the date from today that you're on. And hey, we certainly appreciate you talking, buddy. All right, take care. Be safe in Afghanistan, all right?
If you want to ever do anything interesting, like payphone project or something, you can call random payphones.
What was that? I'm sorry, we didn't pick that up.
I said if you want to do something interesting, look up payphone projects and find out payphone numbers and start calling payphone numbers.
Oh, okay. That's definitely cool. And hey, if you get any other ideas, send us a message on YouTube or send us an email. Any idea you want us to talk about, man? We talk about anything on the show. You know, just anything besides your basic news, man. That'd be great to have a correspondent across the globe. We're calling from America. We're in Delaware.
Nice.
So
How's Delaware today?
what was that?
How's Delaware today?
A little overcast, very windy, a little chilly. Looks like we're about to get some rain here. But are you from the States? Where are you originally from?
The States.
Okay, where at?
All over.
Oh, okay. Have you ever been to Delaware?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I sure have. New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, all the way up to California.
Wow. Wow, so you have been around. Good for you, man. Well-traveled man. Well-traveled man. Well, hey, like I said, we hope to hear from you with some ideas. Definitely check out the Commute Podcast. And have yourself a... What time is it over there?
It's early in the morning.
Early in the morning? Well, you have yourself a wonderful day. All right, John?
All right, thank you.
All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Talk to you, bye.
That was awesome.
Are you happy now?
I'm thrilled. We reached across the globe.
You did it.
That's fantastic.
It just took persistence. Look how excited you are. It's like Christmas morning. You're using your like radio announcer voice and everything.
I was trying to shout because I don't know how well this phone picks up.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
You know?
They seem to be able to hear you though. I mean, that was cool.
There's a good connection.
Hopefully it goes over the thing. I mean,
yeah, that was. Hey, thank you, John.
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to hang up too because it didn't sound like. I think we kind of spooked him a little bit.
ah!
I didn't mean to talk to me. And he was like, "I better talk." No, man, that was cool.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll end the trying to talk to people in the desert.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, you got the connection. Now you got to find something new.
It only took a few weeks. Yeah, we'll have to check out what he was telling us to check out.
Yeah.
We can just keep calling random people.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them.
See who connects up.
We can't get guests to come on.
Right.
But you're going to be a guest.
We'll make guests.
We're going to make you be a guest.
You go through the guest meat grinder until we find something.
I'm going to sleep so good tonight.
That's all it takes, huh?
That's all it takes. The demons have been rested.
Easy to please.
The demons have been rested. I didn't want to get anything too deep. I had some really odd stories, but I didn't want to...
It'd be too hard to explain over the phone.
Yeah.
So what else we got?
16-year-old girl, two 16-year-old girls, Aaron D. Gutierrez and Anel Baez, good friends, best friends. Well, they took a couple of naked selfies of themselves together, and Anel, I hope I pronounced her name right, went ahead and posted the pictures online. So her and her friend Aaron D. were having a Twitter spat. You know, they were fighting online, and she was mad at her, and rightfully so, you know. But Aaron D. tells Anel, look, you know, I'm sorry, I want to patch this up. I don't want to do it online. How about you come over? We can mend fences, you know. It's okay. She comes over and they're hanging out. And she says, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Well, she doesn't go to the bathroom. She goes to the kitchen, grabs a knife, stabs her 65 times.
Holy shit. What?
65 times. And then she posted on Twitter or wherever, like kind of vague messages, but kind of admitting she did it. She's like, I can't believe I just did that. And little messages like that. And she runs. She makes a run for it. They couldn't find her. They end up arresting her at the girl's funeral. She went to the funeral. I don't know. She had to know she was going to get arrested there.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I don't know if guilt got to her and she felt she had to be there no matter what.
Holy crap.
But stabbed her 65 times. Like, that's pissed off.
Dude, yeah, that's...
To stab somebody that many times, usually you would think by like 9 or 10, oh, you got it out of you, they're dead.
Yeah, that's blind.
But she just kept going. Imagine how hacked up somebody has to be to be stabbed 65 times with a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
You know, a butcher's knife.
Ugh.
That's a big ass knife. If you're going in one area, you just demolish it. It's just a big hole.
Yeah.
But if you kind of cover the hole, I don't know if she got her where she got her at.
Who knows?
But she got her in 65 places.
Ugh. That's horrible.
Yeah, it was that's gruesome. And for a 16-year-old girl to do that, you don't hear that often, you know.
Yeah.
Usually if a teenager kills somebody, especially gruesomely, it's a teenage boy, you know.
Yeah, or somebody that's, you know, been around.
And as much as it sucks that someone posted a naked picture of you online, to kill them for it, you know, like this.
Well, so brutally too.
And yeah, like she didn't get the wire and choke her the life out of her. She
that's full on.
Oof. So, all right, well, that'll do it for the end of the show. Everybody have a good Friday. Remember, I guess I covered it all with John, but
yeah,
check out the website, commute.com, TWO-commute.com. Follow us on Twitter, @driverpassenger. Check out our Facebook page, The Commute. Check us out on YouTube, The Commute Podcast. Like and subscribe. And is that it?
Yeah, should cover it.
All right, fantastic. Talk to you later.